here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, where you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. And as we prepare to receive Rev. Todd's message, let us sing this one, I Am That I Am. But I'd like you to take a nice deep breath and let's stand up because we're going to do a few actions. I am that I am hath sent me to this now moment. Here I am. So I will do it and then we can follow together. Let's do that. Stand up. I am that I am. Here we go. I am that I am, have sent me to this now moment. Here I am that I am, have sent me to this now moment, to this now moment. Here I am to be the voice and heart, to be the voice and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth, is made known on earth, to be the voice, to be the voice and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth. Let's do that again. I am that I am, have sent me to this now moment, to this now moment. Here I am that I am, have sent me to this now moment. Here I am to be the voice, to be the voice, to be the heart, and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth, is made known on earth, to be the voice, to be the voice, and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth. Amen, amen, amen.
I didn't know we were having aerobics today. Yeah, high impact. Had a late night, too much iced tea. I was awake too late. So I channel today. I open up to your energy. Thanks for being with us today. I'm sorry for those of you that are on Zoom and not here in the sanctuary, because it smells really good in the lobby. There's a lot of good food out there. We're having a potluck today, and I'm sorry y'all are missing it, but y'all come to town, we'll have another one. Happy Sunday. Today's talk is titled, Yes, They Are. Yes, they are. Because have you ever noticed that people just show up to be who they are called to be? Or maybe they just show up in spite of who they're called to be. Because sometimes don't we always not always, but don't we occasionally show up not being the presence of love? Sometimes it's hard to stay awake all the time. This title came to me as I was contemplating what we were going to talk about this week, and I remembered that a number of years ago when I was, I don't know if y'all know this, I was in a 7-year relationship, and my partner Todd, yes, that's right, the two Todds, Todd was turning 40, and I would be turning 30. And Todd said, because 40's like the marker of death sometimes in gay circles. It's kind of like you reach a certain age and then suddenly you are invisible in the world. I don't know if y'all know that, but it's true. And so he's like, we're not going to celebrate my 40th birthday. We're not going to do anything. I want to leave town, and I don't want anybody to know that it's my birthday. And so I went, okay, we can do that. And so I found a cruise, and we went on a Norwegian cruise line cruise, and we went away, and we came back. It was somewhere in the Caribbean. It was my first time traveling abroad. It was awesome. And it was my first cruise ship. This was long before some of the crazy cruise ship illnesses were happening. And we fly back into town on Sunday, February 4th, his 40th birthday. And my best friend picks us up at the airport, and we are coming into our neighborhood, and we're coming over the hill, and Todd is sitting in the back seat, and my best friend is driving, and Todd goes, there are cars lining both sides of the street. And Todd, he is very tired because it's easy to drink on a cruise ship. I don't know if y'all know that. And so, Todd was dragging a little bit. He was tired, but he'd had a good birthday trip. And we're coming over the hill, and Todd goes, somebody's having a party. And Donnie's driving, and he goes, yes, they are. And we pull into our driveway, and Marie's car was parked in the driveway, and Marie lived 2 hours north of us. And he said, why is Marie's car in the driveway? And why is Stan standing in the backyard with our dogs? And Stan lived in Georgia, and this was in Montgomery. So and he's like, what? And I turned around and smiled, and he called me bad names. Yes, they are. People showed up. We had more than 60 people in our house that day, waiting to celebrate the birthday that he wanted to ignore. Surprise! I had sent out invitations. I had that thing catered. We had this huge cake. It was a big deal. And he ended up being delighted. Sometimes when we decide that the world is supposed to look a certain way and we want to ignore certain things, and then sometimes, all the time, people show up to be who they're going to be in that moment. And sometimes that feels really good, and sometimes it doesn't. You ever been in a situation where people were showing up and it did not feel good? I sat in a symposium yesterday and participated. I told you all that almost 200 people were with us yesterday, and we had these great conversations about inclusivity and about belonging and what it means to belong. And you've heard me say it before, that sometimes people say, oh, so-and-so is welcome here, but their actions don't always meet what they say. You ever known anybody whose actions did not match their words? I heard some very moving stories yesterday, some painful experiences that have happened in the world around people saying, hey, you are welcome here. We love you. I even heard one when I told my friends at the restaurant this morning that I had done this yesterday. A now married couple told me their experience when y'all remember when that hurricane hit? Some of you are still working on getting your houses back together. That's 8 or 9 years ago. How long ago was that? 5. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. So they had met and they were dating, and the hurricane hit. His house got severely damaged, and so he moved in with her. And they were in relationship, and they decided it was going so well that they wanted to strengthen their relationship together, and they wanted to strengthen their relationship together in the name of God. And they went to join a church. And that church was so excited to have them, and they found out her skill set and his skill set, and so she was going to be doing a bunch of stuff with the youth program, and he was going to do a bunch of stuff with hospitality, and it was going to be great, and they were so welcome. And then they asked for all this kind of information about this couple that was engaged, including their W-2s. Sounds a little odd. And they were going through their information, and then the minister came up to them and said, I know that we talked about y'all going straight into service and all that, but come back in 6 months after you're married, because right now you are living in sin because you cohabitate. You're welcome here, but you can't be in service. But if you want to get married here, you can write us a check for $5,000 to use our facility. But we don't have a minister that can do your service because you are not living according to the way we think you should be living. We got a lot of work cut out for us, friends. Because it takes a lot of work to stand up and say, I am love. I am love. And then to put our feet to that. And sometimes we get tired. Last night, I told you I was so excited to be in Greenville, and there was a Vietnamese restaurant. I love Vietnamese food. And I went to a Vietnamese restaurant that had good reviews on Google. And there was only one other table in the restaurant, and then there was me. And it's early. It was still, it was like 4:30. And a waitress came up, got my drink order, left, and then another woman came up and was welcomed, and just really over the top with welcoming me and seeing what I wanted to have in my experience. And the other table that was in there popped up, and they were walking out, and they went, we're going to leave. And the lady's like, is everything okay? No, it's not okay, because you welcomed him. The tone that you used was completely different with him than it was with us. And we don't feel welcome here anymore. We don't really think you want our business. And I know that feeling. I know that feeling because I'm not welcome everywhere I go. I told the people that came to my workshop yesterday that one of the concerns I had about moving here and taking on this mantle of ministry was that I was moving into a very conservative county. And I don't know if y'all know it, but I'm pretty out. And see, the difference between me and this table that was leaving is I am a cisgendered white man who came in with a computer, and I was getting ready to do some work, and I was dressed nice yesterday. Wasn't I, Victoria? Victoria came to see me yesterday. So did Susie, and Judy and Ike came. Brandon came. Brandon's mom came. There's a lot of people from the Crystal Coast that came yesterday. I was looking good. Well, the difference in me and this other group, it was 2 black women. We got a lot of work to do to be the presence of love, my friends. And so today, this message sounds like it's about inclusivity and it's about allowing people to show up and be who they are in that moment. And I have to also say that that's about showing up and allowing me to be who I am in that moment. Because if I was awake and not quite so tired, but it had been a long day, I, in retrospect, wish I had said, hey, why don't y'all come and join me? And let's have a conversation. But I didn't do that. And so the loving thing today is that I get to forgive myself. And so today's message is about forgiveness. We sometimes don't always show up as love. And when that happens, we have to forgive ourselves and move on, because I could beat myself up for the next week and a half about that. But I'm going to forgive it, and I'm going to say, okay, this is the path of love, and this has been revealed to me in this moment and in this way after I've had an entire day talking about what it means to belong and to welcome people. And I did not step into action. I did not step towards justice. One of our keynote speakers talked about justice yesterday and how we get called to show up and take action. We get to love everybody, but we still have to move towards righteous judgment. So every moment of every day, we get to remind ourselves of who we are. And when that gets difficult, and sometimes it will, you're going to have a prayer chaplain that you can text and say, I need a prayer right now. And if you can't reach your prayer chaplain, you know what you can do? You can call the Unity Prayer Ministry, formerly Silent Unity. You can reach out to Peggy. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to each other. Because do you know who you really are? You are love. You are the place where absolute good and unconditional love can show up. The potential is there. Yes? I am love. Say that with me. I am love. And when we commit to doing that, we automatically move towards righteous judgment. We make a world that works for all. And that goes back to Peggy's beautiful prayer this morning, because when we have a world that works for all, we experience peace. Doesn't that sound like a good plan? A good plan. I am love. Say it. I am love. And so it is. Peace, my friends.
Thank you, Rev Todd, for your message. This is a beautiful song. Oh my goodness. Eddie Watkins wrote this one. Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called a life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there is nothing that I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its feeding. I am the place where God shows up. Oh yes, I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its feeding. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I life of grace and wholeness. Sometimes I wander and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone. There is nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its meaning. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place where God moves and breathes and has its meaning. You are the place where God shows up. We are the place where God moves and breathes and has its meaning. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its meaning. I am the place where love